Things are coming along real nice. Jeremy's got all these 12-foot nominal joists in there. They're a hair under, but that's good there. We've got a little bit of a countersink we're going to do over here, so get that one to sit in here. This one is just stuck to the side of this post, but things like that worked out really nicely. These will all be 94s, and these will all be 98s. They were supposed to be 96 and 96. I don't know exactly what these are going to be yet. Anyway, we didn't end up in the middle of this with this beam so perfectly that the 8-foot pieces that I bought could just fall right in, which had been my intention. But the thing about this is you just have to work with what you've got. The ground is always an unknown, and we ran into a couple of things here that forced while we've got straight lines in our posts, that straight line may be an inch or two to the left or to the right, just so that we didn't have to do a bunch of extra work. And so that being said, rather than the 8s, I'll show you out front, we'll just send those back, and we'll get half as many 16s, which we can cut at 94, and then we'll have what we need left of the 16 to make up the other joist length, which is a little greater than 96. That's our problem. The reason we can't just cut them all, you know, down a couple of inches is because the other half of them need to be longer than 96 by a couple of inches, which is no problem. We haven't even unbuttoned this unit. They'll come with the Moffett and set our 16s off, and then they'll take this brick of, we get 24 16s, they'll take our 48 or 7, whatever, back. And anyway, we get money back because the price that we paid at this point, even though we're buying twice as long, it's usually for a solid, by the bore foot. Just because 2/8 make a 16 doesn't mean it's the same price. It's normally a bit more for a homogeneous long piece of lumber because it has to be a nicer tree or something, etc. So we made a little money back because the costs come down since then. So we'll get some money back. They'll come and trade them for nothing. We'll have what we need in our 16s, and we'll have joists in the next full day we can put in on the site, which may or may not be tomorrow, but coming in hot with those. Yeah, those are perfect. And then we've got the angled ones and some angled rim joists. I'm putting the rim joist in down here just so that we can be sure of this length. I don't want to pack something in here and be taking measurements and need wiggle room over here at this, you know, on this situation that we don't have then, because, you know, I committed to something here. So you just want to be thinking about what's a commitment. Same with this here. So this is set up like that because we're a little out with this post, a little out with that post, and I want to slide them over in the notch. I tapped on it with a big hammer, but you get a lot of collateral movement. And when I established that they were both leaning out, well, then I knew to draw them together would solve our problem. So I overdid it a little bit because it's springy, and then I'll pin them, and when I let them go, they'll be good enough. And they'll be further controlled with the railing system that's here. And this is an angled rim that has at a 45 degree, that has a stairway here, and that's an angle on that far corner there. But just want to be sure of things before we go making 20 joists a quarter of an inch too long, or worst case scenario, you know, even worse than that still would be making them a little bit too short. So anyway, I'm happy with this, I'm happy with that. That means we can fill all the way down, and we may pull things together or spread them apart, but you want all your joists the same length. Not going to start cutting to fit and measuring each area to fit. You'll end up with wiggle joists, and you'll end up with board layout, you know, deck board layout that it racks out a square on your way across such a huge surface. This thing is a monster. Biggest one I've ever built, easily, and heck of a party deck, really. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you.